Okay, hello and welcome. Okay, go by the same sort of thing. I have been in the last one, dropping. Yeah, it's not. I want to go down there. How many people? Reasonable. Right, dropping early, going somewhere a bit hotter. You get bit more equipment, and it's a bit more interesting. I do well. Playing the slower games are still fairly generally speaking, more fun unless you as happened in a previous one, you end up getting splattered without even seeing who's shooting at you. That bit not so much. You're going to miss the damn move, aren't you? Oh well. Right, who else we got? To my right, to my left, to the front, to the back, to the. We are, I believe the term is surrounded. Right, so that's okay. Smoke could be useful as we're going to need to get out. That's also actually potentially helpful. A vest would have been nice, but considering I don't want any lag. Considering the volume of people around us, that's not too bad for an initial house. Oh, there's nothing in this one. I'm not familiar with this building, obviously. Oh, however... Oh no, it's a pistol. I thought it was a stock. No, that's not good. No, that's not good at all. No. That little health, I didn't want to turn around and try and shoot him back. I was... well, because of that. Second shot was all it was going to take. Well, that was extremely short, so despite the fairly decent stuff out of that first house. For pretty much a small single floor rather start. Oh well, there may very well be a few shorter runs in this little go because that's the sort of thing we're going to be trying. Admittedly, we're going to be trying to do somewhat better than that, but no guarantees, obviously. We've all seen my aim. That's impressive. And apparently the general awareness could use a bit of work as well. Could have looked left, I suppose, coming out of the house, as well as just running. But, yeah. It happened. We're gone now. It's not too bad. 30 seconds, including the loading of the plane and letting it actually move instead of just sitting in midair as it does to start with. Oh, it looks like I might have a full 100 game as well. Doesn't happen all the time. Tends to be high 90s. Fire? No, it's gone. Can't get that. Can't burn the plane down. Right, so where shall we go? If we can go early enough, maybe go into the town. The crates are probably a little better, but I'm not fond of them myself. The other option is the apartments and bits just north of the bay. Let's see how long it takes for this to, or the other one is this one. As I know there is stuff on this roof if I have the ability to land on it, which is also not guaranteed along with my accuracy, as you see I did just miss one recently, or very recently more specifically. Ooh, that's a few people, isn't it? Now, is anyone else coming to this one? Not necessarily. Right, come on, over, come on, stay on the roof. Looks like it. Well, we got one over there, and normally there's weapons up here. I'll pick the backpack up because that's still useful. We will pick a pistol, as it's not being very friendly and just giving me crap. Oh, there's normally nice guns up here. It's a nice scope. Not very useful if you've got nothing to team it with. No, yeah, we are. No, I wanted that one. Thank you. Where are you? This is not the best, is it now? Now, the scope is nice, but I am used to finding weapons up here as well, not just bits and pistols. So that could be better. And we don't have too long, because there was an absolute massive amount of people dropping in that bit nearby, which I'm not overly surprised about. Grab that, and just so we have some ammo in case we don't find anything else. Not that, admittedly, I tend to do well enough to need to reload repeatedly if all we've got is a shotgun. I don't normally do that well. Just need to reload if we've got a bloody rifle, scope, and silencer. So that's not saying all that much, is it? This is really light on stuff today. Might grab that as we don't. I'm going to grab that for the off chance we don't find a long-range weapon, because this isn't going well so far, is it? Right, I'm not going to go down again. I'm going to go across. This gives me a quick look around. Okay, it doesn't show too much, or most specifically the angle they're more likely to be coming from, but it is a snippet of vision and the possibility of having seen people. God, I'm used to this being a damn sight better than this. And I've already grabbed one of those. I want a rifle, people. Rifles. More painkillers. Wait, paint. There we are. Nothing at all, is there? We may be going with really naff stuff, considering we've got a lovely scope on this. What have we got? Okay, we got one of them. We'll grab a Watsity type one as well. Considering the sheer lack of decent equipment, I think I'm going to have to take the risky approach of skimming the roof. So, full smorgasbord of scopes, but no useful things to actually put any of them on at all. Yeah, we'll go with that. This does not make me happy, because we're well into the amount of time it takes for someone else to get here by now. Aha! Right. Full swap, people. Okay. That makes me a bit happier. Right, so all we realistically need is muzzle. And there's the pops. I'm going to get out. We have stuff. And I don't want to be here anymore. Simply want to get out of here now. But where? How to get out of here? Yeah. Actually, considering I've got, the longest on the other one. So the map is the other thing we want to look at. So this hill's extremely bare, but we might have to move around like this, because that's hot to the north. Yeah, get over there. There is some cover. Although those are they open? Might be, right. So where? I don't think there's much to do with where. We need to move. And we need to not be here right now, basically. It's just that simple. Right. Concern being this is either occupied or interesting to people nearby. So back as we get into it. Not that that seems to do me all that good, but something. Right, so this is open. Makes me think it's done. Silly people. Right. Remember when you're crouched that does bugger all and it just stands you up. Right, let's get out of here. Or do we take a moment to look in more buildings? Already got a better extension than that. Sand. Anything on the floor? No, not really. Just that next to that. That's a choke, isn't it? No. Okay. Alright, what do we have nearby? Let's go back to the rifle. That is concerning, unless they were there was a vehicle in there and that's what they were going with. Grab the grenade. There's a possibility it might be useful at some point. Don't need that, thank you. I'm going to move up and out the way for the moment. Right. Get a bit closer to the middle of the circle so we've got better distance when it starts contracting. However, realistically, we do also want to houses. They're not on the map. Okay. I'm not used to that. I'm used to all the houses actually being on the map. Right, what do we have? External doors are shut. Let's see. This could make things exceedingly short, depending on what's going on here. Any noises? Can't hear anything, so if they are upstairs, they're remaining extremely still. Although I would have thought they'd pick up first aid kits, so I would expect there to be no one in this building. Doesn't mean there is no one next door. Right. Shotgunned it, it's not too fussed about that. If we're checking all of it. No. Not properly checking these angles, am I? Anything in this one? Once again, same thing. All quiet. The hell? How's our weight doing? Now, might be a bit too much for the weight, but I tend to spray slightly, so we do happen, by the miracle, to have successful engagements. I'm going to use ammo up doing it, so Scar, however, saying that there is an extent to which it stops being needed. It's more for this one than the assault rifle. Right. I think we need to get out, really. Out and away being the next necessity, really. Ooh, that's people. Where's that circle gone to? Right. So, makes me a little bit happier about that lot of people as we've got to move in this way. However, doesn't make me happier as we still have a lot of open ground and a lot of houses watching open ground to make it. So let's skirt this one. I don't know if I'm going to this is skirting it by enough. But then also I'm not sure quite how many of these will actually have people in. It's been a fair while now, so it all depends where people have gone to rather than where they dropped. So the only other concern is, as much as the hillside is quite bare, being up the top of it isn't too bad an idea. You've got quite a good visibility of the surrounding area, and at the same time it's quite in its own way, from because of the elevation, there's nothing there to cover you, but it has cover in light of being above everything else. So the hill itself covers you. So it's not too bad a place for a group of people who can watch different sides of it to chill, which does concern me slightly. But where do I want to go? So it's a bit tight for what I've got. Maybe we make our way up here myself, although realistically we'd want a muzzles flash or suppressor for that. So we've got the range option, but personally I think we need some better cover, some more visual cover than that gives. Because as soon as people figure out where we are, we're pretty stuffed with that bit. So let's move out a bit. I haven't seen any movement from the ridgeline either, which is a bonus. Doesn't mean there isn't anyone up there, but it might mean they're being a bit sensible about it. So we'll just keep that in mind, I think. Move on to those two. I wouldn't mind a better hat as much as the other attachments would also be useful, because the shiny hat does stand out somewhat, doesn't it? Also, if we move up to these buildings and move into the fields beyond it, there's lots of the fields themselves are fairly open, but you've got possibilities of stuff to visually cover yourself with, if not physical cover. Right, swap over. Right. We're out of space, Christ. We probably have a bit of crap on us we don't need, though, don't we? Probably don't need both of them all that much. Right, get rid of the two, I suppose. How many other... We've got a fair amount of boost. I'm actually not too concerned about more boost. The only thing I'm really looking for is attachments and the hat, I think. That's not the hat I was looking for. Mean game. So we're still in a fairly open area. Which does make me concerned about people noticing even us wandering from house to house. Ooh, that's... I think we have to. Get rid of you. Put you in here. No? Stuff out the way so you fit in here. Swap you over, which, speaking of, that means I can get rid of all this as well. I'll pick you up for the moment, as we don't have the other. We should also actually pick up the ammo for it. Now that makes things interesting. Don't need another of those, thank you very much. Right. Now I'm going to walk out and get splattered just coming out of the door, aren't I? Where do we need to go? We need to move, don't we? We've got a couple minutes. But realistically, I want to get up. It's not even here, is it? We actually need to get into this bit. Now that's more of a concern then. Which means we'll go out the other door, because that's in the direction we need to move. So that's a nice find. Still the muzzle issues, but that gives us a better, much better long range option. Now, I think it's more about finding a half decent positioning than anything else, which we are not currently in. Now, this could prove an interesting circle. So realistically, we need to be able to move cover to cover, and I'm not certain that there is that in a few areas. We don't have anyone else to assist with covering us. Ooh, there's houses. And we aren't actually that far away either. Yeah. Anything in? I can't see no obvious movement behind me. Which doesn't necessarily mean much. Swap back over. Now that door's open. That makes me feel fluffy. So is that one. So caution, but check it. So even if I'm not actually finding any other bits, I wouldn't mind a little bit more 7.62 ammo. Or the hat, even. We haven't got very long, though, do we? And we also have the issue with doing that. I'm not actually looking sideways very much. And there could well be other people moving up around or behind me, so it's not the safest thing to do anyway, is it? Right. No, that's shells, not that. And we now need to get the last bit of inside the circle. Now we seem to have a fairly quiet little corner. However, that doesn't necessarily mean all that much, because it could just mean that they're being damn sight better at not being seen than I am. I would be very surprised if there are not more people around here. We do have a vest on, don't we? We don't actually have a vest on. I've been silly. That's not what I wanted. I wanted the vest. Right. Can't immediately see anyone coming at us through the blue. And I would have thought those people would have been shooting at me a little earlier if I'd been seen. So we need a fair bit of movement. How far is a fair bit? Yes, it's the above. In that case, bridge is not pleasant, admittedly. And that's a nasty noise as well. But we need to move around. We don't actually have all that long. Let's get down. My concern is I've heard some people, but I haven't seen any. I think I'm going to swap to this one for this bit, as there's a lot of shorter range bits just here. And then if we find a decent position, we'll swap back to the long range. But got a bit of moving to do, which concerns me with 30 odd people left. This bit's really too open to run along it. This bit's way too open to do this. This is silly. We've got good equipment this time, but I don't think we're going to do all that much better, to be quite honest. Because I am not at all happy with our positioning. And I don't think this is going to make it either. Run! Might have to do a little bit of circle and health bits. Because... shit. We're going to have to swim and then run, and I don't think this is going to go well, personally. Not at all. I don't know if we can get far enough over. I probably should have stopped and did a... Oh, well, positioning has been our letdown this time, not equipment. We got a decent set of equipment on this one, but we just did not keep up with the circle. And I think that is significantly going to let us down here. Come on, up you get. Because there's a lot of shooting going on. Come on. And I don't have the time to be able to stop outside. I don't even know if I'm going to get in as it is. We're going to be late on the very edge, aren't we? Damn. Well, that was not. Oh, that was not fun.